Hi friends, I'm Chen Yu. I've been a solo nomad since 2023. I was actually forced to leave where I was at, which is New York City. That was the first place I feel belong, but I had to leave because of some reason I couldn't control. It was a heartbreak, but during that time I have a click in my heart telling me that I don't want to be a victim. Let's make it fun. Let's travel around the world. Now, 2 years past, I would love to share some real behind the scene challenge and stories about nomad lifestyle and what each challenge had told me. Loneliness. So, yes, I do get lonely sometimes, but even when I'm at home, which either is New York or Taiwan, I can feel lonely too. And that loneliness typically comes up when I feel the people around me are all at different life stage. Their values not align with me. At that moment, I will feel like, am I falling behind? Should I buy a house right now? Should I have a family right now? When traveling, my loneliness comes from it's easy to make friends, but it's hard to make very deep connection. And over time, I kind of accept that is the fact I have to face. And I'm more turning inward because the only relationship that will stay with me forever is the relationship with myself. So I do actually do a lot of journaling and I just focus on doing things I love, um, taking classes, and just, treat myself like a princess. That was actually the first year I went on Nomad, the goal for myself, just treat myself like a princess. Um, so the takeaway here would be loneliness isn't about being alone, it's about connection. That starts with how you relate to yourself. If you're thinking about going solo, maybe ask yourself that how do I usually respond to feeling disconnected? And what can you offer yourself in those moments in which you usually seek from others? Housing trial and error. So finding the right stay is really like dating. You don't always know what you need until you've tried a few wrong fits. Um, I've stayed in a basic Airbnb, shared flat with odd roommates, villa with chill servers, and rural co-living with nature walks, urban ones with lots of social events. So now, whenever I'm looking for a stay, I always ask, is there a community vibe? Is the host responsive? And what's the level of cleanliness? And often I will check a lot of Google review and I even will write email or message to the host. Sometimes that lead to amazing room that hasn't been posted on the website yet. A good stay isn't just about the room, it's also about the energy and the people. Cooking is one of my favorite grounding ritual and super important to keep my body healthy against the constantly changing environments. But when you travel often, every kitchen is different. Dull knives, missing tools. Sometimes it's good, sometimes amazing spices appear and I will love to try. I've learned to just be flexible, adaptive, and creative. Nomad life actually made me become a minimalism, not for aesthetic, but for a necessity. My wardrobe is actually very tiny. Every piece can mix match with another piece and also cater to different occasions. Every item I bring in my suitcase, it has to be durable, multifunctional, and still match my aesthetic and lights. When I see something cute, I often ask, do I have space? Am I going to use that and carry that for the next 3 months? How many times I'll actually using it? It is sad sometimes I can only get one or two souvenirs, but I never regret traveling light. Minimalism for me is not a restriction anymore. It's a freedom from decision making, from clutter, from carrying too much stuff that I actually don't use. Help me more intentional about what I want to include into my life. One of the hardest time I had was after a breakup that triggered a very deep and old wound. After that, I moved to a small, tiny mountain town in Mexico, hoping nature will help me reset. At first, I packed myself with all schedules like classes, meetups, friends, etc. But every night, I just come back room and just feel empty and just cry a lot. So eventually, I started a remote therapist session through a Taiwanese online platform. In one session, I was sitting by myself alone in my room with dim lights. My therapist just asked me to stay in that emptiness for a while, don't run away from it. And I started just tearing out, and she just asked me that where is the strongest feeling in your body right now? What is your tears trying to telling me? I think I wait for like 2 minutes and I just burst out crying and say, it's okay to take it slow. This experience really hit me. When going through heartbreak during long-term travel with no support system nearby, how do I become my own saver? For me, online therapy made a big difference. I could continue with the same therapist wherever I went. Trust strangers in emergencies. There was a time I took a 13-hour bus in Mexico. It was delayed, the road is windy as fuck. A few hours and I just threw up on myself. And we finally arrived at the little mountain town around 2 a.m. It was dark and cold, and I was exhausted and super dirty, but I still have to navigate my way to my stay. Don't even know how safe it is. The host, everyone says it's safe, but I don't know if their level of safety is the same as me. And another time was in Colombia. I landed at 2 a.m. I had to take an Uber from the airport. Throughout the ride, I keep texting my Airbnb host to make sure that she know where I am, and also have to use my broken Spanish to small talk with the driver just to, create a friendly vibe and also make myself feel safe. But in both cases, things were okay. I just learned that I had to be alert. Be as prepared as you can, but sometimes you cannot prepare. So just stay calm and be open and trust the people and trust the help I get. Again, and be alert. The most frequent question I get from my friend was, how do I stay focused working while traveling? So to be honest, I don't really see myself traveling. I feel I'm just do a normal living just in different places. Every places I stay long and I build routine, I actually take a lot of rest. And I've learned that missing one thing doesn't mean missing what's means for me. My takeaway would be wherever you are, be grounded in your energy, and the rhythm will carry you further than chasing the moments. So this lifestyle definitely not for everyone and it's not easy. But I do find myself become softer, well, stronger, and also more relaxed to life in general. Solo nomad for me isn't about seeing the world anymore. It's about being myself in the world. And that is a amazing feeling. So if you're curious, become a nomad, maybe ask yourself these questions. What does home mean to you? Can you give yourself the love that you seek elsewhere? And sometimes trying is the only way to know if you can do something. So thank you for listening. If anything resonates with you, I would love to hear your stories too. Bye.